You know, I never thought my dream car would turn my quiet suburban life into a full-blown nightmare. Right there in my driveway in Whispering Pines, this sleepy little neighborhood where folks mostly wave hello and mind their own business. It all started one sunny afternoon when I popped open the garage to grab a socket wrench, and there she was, Brenda Hayes, our HOA president, standing at the edge like she'd just caught me red-handed in some heist movie. She lets out this piercing shriek. "Thief! That's my Mercedes," pointing at my 2020 Silver Beauty like it personally offended her face all twisted up in fake outrage, claiming I couldn't possibly afford it, so I must have swiped it from her. I just stood there, wrench in hand, staring at her floral blouse and that too-perfect bob haircut, thinking, "Lady, you've got a red Audi parked in your own driveway. Everyone knows it, shiny as a showroom floor." But Brenda? She's dialing 911 before I can even blink, yelling into the phone about Grand Theft Auto, drawing the whole cul-de-sac out to watch the spectacle. Neighbors peeking from curtains, phones out recording, because who needs Netflix when you've got live drama? My wife Sarah pokes her head out from the kitchen, spatula still dripping batter, takes one look and deadpans. "Alex, honey, we talked about this. No more borrowing the neighbor's rides," which cracks me up inside even as Brenda's fuming, her eyes narrowing like she's plotting my downfall right then and there. The cops show up, officers Mike and Tony, these world-weary guys who've probably seen every suburban squabble imaginable. And they listen to her rant about how I'm a low-life criminal, how that silver Mercedes is hers, stolen keys and all. I stay cool, hand over the title, registration, insurance, everything checks out clean, no liens, no reports. And Mike sighs, turns to her with that flat cop voice. "Ma'am, this is Mr. Reed's car. You're filing a false report here. That's serious." Brenda goes pale, shoots me this venomous glare that says this ain't over, storms off slamming her door. And just like that, I knew she wasn't done. This was war, fueled by some twisted envy over a car I busted my ass to buy after years of saving, a symbol of my hard work that somehow threatened her little kingdom of power trips and petty rules. The harassment kicked in subtle at first, like a drip you ignore until it floods the place. Envelopes slipping under the door. Official HOA violations with fines attached, starting small but stacking up. $50 for a patch of grass allegedly a smidge too tall. I went out with a ruler, couldn't even find it. But I paid, filed it away in a folder labeled Brenda, because I sensed the probe, her testing my limits. Then $75 for a leftover Halloween pumpkin on the porch in November. Unsightly seasonal decor. Sarah laughed at first, taping it to the fridge like a badge of absurdity. But when the next one hit for $100 over my car's distracting chrome rims on sunny days, we weren't chuckling anymore. It felt personal, obsessive, like she was fixated on that Mercedes, using the bylaws as her weapon to bleed us dry, make us crack or pack up and leave. I saw it in her eyes when I'd drive by, tending her pristine flower beds, that brittle smile following me, spider-like, and the neighbors started whispering too. Old Frank down the street got dinged for his birdhouse being too whimsical. Nearly broke his heart after 20 years. It dawned on me then, Brenda wasn't just a control freak. She'd rigged the HOA board with her yes-men like Mr. Thompson and Mrs. Ellis, rubber stamping her every whim, no real oversight, turning our dues into her personal slush fund for power plays. Sarah and I sat on the porch one evening, stack of notices between us, her voice soft with weariness. "We can't keep living like this, Alex. It's like she's in our heads." And that's when my calm turned sharp, a quiet resolve building. She wanted a siege, but I'd fight smart, not loud, gathering proof of her madness before she escalated further. That's when I flipped the script, late nights online, ordering cameras. Doorbell, floods, hidden ones tucked away, covering the driveway, yard, street. Now I was watching her back, turning her surveillance game against her. The feeds were boring at first. Mailman, Frank walking his terrier. But then, bam, motion alert at midnight. Brenda creeping around with a tape measure, scrutinizing sidewalk cracks like a mad scientist. Another clip, her with binoculars from her yard, zeroed in on my Mercedes, studying it like prey. I saved it all, her stuffing notices in the mailbox, a federal no-no, peering through our windows after dark. Each video a nail in her coffin. Proof of this unhinged fixation that went way beyond rules, rooted in some deep-seated jealousy, maybe over my stable life clashing with her crumbling control. But the real gut punch came one witching hour. Alert pings, I check the phone. Shadowy sedan pulls up, Brenda slips out to meet this burly guy in overalls, gesturing at my garage, shaking hands like sealing a deal. Her smug grin as he drives off chilled me. This wasn't fines anymore. This was conspiracy, her plotting to snatch the car outright. 2 nights later, 2 a.m. buzz. Garage cam shows a wire snaking under the door, popping the release. Tow truck backs in, no logos, just faded plates. 2 goons lift the door, one jimmies the Mercedes lock, no alarm, bypassed slick, hooks the chain, winch groaning as the car lurches back, scratching the frame. Heart pounding, I whisper to Sarah, "Call 911. Theft in progress. We've got video." Watching them drag my pride and joy like it was scrap, that protective rage boiling, but I held back, letting the cameras roll, evidence gold. Sirens wail, Mike and Tony screech up, guns low. "Hands up!" Cuff the thugs mid-escape. Brenda rolls up in her Audi, robe flapping, feigning concern. "Officers, I authorize this tow. It's a nuisance vehicle, emergency order." Waving some bogus paper, trying to play hero. I step out, phone in hand. "Actually, I've got footage of you plotting with these guys, plus weeks of harassment. Want to see?" Airdropping clips to Mike, who verifies the VIN again, turns to her stone cold. "Brenda, this crosses into felony territory, conspiracy, burglary, go home or you're next." She peels out furious, but we'd stopped her cold. Temporary win, yet I knew she'd regroup, so I built my army, recruiting the overlooked. First, Mr. Ramirez, ousted ex-treasurer nursing a grudge, showed him the vids. He dove into finances. Look, inflated budgets to her shell company, embezzlement. Then Miss Patel, tech whiz fined for overpowered Wi-Fi. She digitized it all. Secret email votes, rewriting towing rules in shadows. No notices sent. Jamal, ex-tow driver from the shady outfit, spilled. She paid my boss cash for dispute resolutions. Cars to chop shops. Kickbacks laundered through HOA funds. We pieced it. Brenda's racket. Target cars. Fake violations via rigged bylaws. Illegal tows to auctions. Pocketing profits from our dues. A criminal empire under suburban smiles. Evidence mounted. Bank slips tying cash pulls to sales. Her obsession exposed as greed-fueled tyranny. The climax hit at the annual HOA bash. Packed hall. Brenda preening in her power suit, breezing through agenda like Queen Bee. New business? I stand. Quick presentation on security and transparency, projector fires up. My Mercedes photo, then her driveway meltdown clip. "Thief!" gasps Ripple. Montage of absurd fines, night snooping, tow attempt, room tenses, finances slide, her fake company siphoning thousands. Jamal rises. "I saw her pay for the hits." Brenda snaps, grabs Mike. "Lies! He's the problem flaunting that car!" Rants escalating, crowd firing questions. "The money? The secrets?" Till she blurts, hot Mick horror, that Mercedes didn't belong with him. I was going to sell it, recoup our funds from his defiance. Silence. Confession pure. Mike and Tony, tipped off, stride in, cuffs clicking. "You're under arrest. Conspiracy, embezzlement." Chaos erupts. Board recalled. Ramirez steps up. Audits uncover deeper rot. Fake contracts. Slush funds for her luxuries. Suits fly. Restitution checks roll in. Bylaws gutted for fairness. No more petty reigns. We sued, won damages. Injunction barring her from power plays forever. Neighborhood breathed free. Frank's birdhouse got a medal from Sarah. Kids played without fear. Looking back, polishing that Mercedes now, scratches fixed, street humming peaceful. It wasn't just about the car. It was defending our slice of life from tyrants like her. But here's the thing that lingers. Was she pure evil or just a product of unchecked power twisting good intentions? HOA horror stories abound. Maybe justice served, but at what cost to community trust? What do you think? Ever dealt with a Brenda in your hood? Was I right to go full detective? Or should I have just moved? Drop your stories below. Like if this hit home, subscribe for more real talk tales. Let's chat about where power ends and neighborly starts.